Hello and welcome to another edition of Teacher Talks second grade. And actually, we're going to step back from second grade a little bit and talk about early readers. This is a pre-K set I'm going to be showing you here. I teach second grade, actually have my oldest son in my class, and I also have a 4-year-old daughter who is just learning to read. And some of our viewers have been asking questions about early readers, and some of my friends outside of YouTube have been asking about early readers. So I figured I'd show you this set and sort of the strategies that I use with my daughter on learning how to read, and which are very similar to the strategies we're using in the educational system, if not the exact same strategies. So anyway, hey, this is a really cool set right here. This guy is on Amazon. If you look below, I will try to put up a link to it. It's about 30 bucks and has 32, it says easy reader books to get kids ready for school success. And being a teacher, I can tell you that it is very, very helpful and helps your student out a lot if they have a little bit of a head start with reading. I'm not saying you have to bear down and turn them into some amazing reader before they get to school, but understanding the basics of how to read, or even a little bit past that before they get into that kindergarten classroom, is really awesome for them. So let's take a look at this set, and I'm also going to show you in another review. I did a review of this Scholastic set over here with this A, B, C, D level, so check that video out. But for this one, this is the series, this is the books that came out of that set I was just showing you. This one's really nice because I talk about how you need lots of books at each level. So that letter A, that is the beginning guided reading level. That's the very first step, and it basically goes through the alphabet A to Z, Z being the highest level book, which comes out in like the high school level. So this level A especially, you need a lot of these books. These are books that your reader is going to end up memorizing every word in it, and that is totally okay. We're just trying to get them familiar with how a book works. Where's the cover? Where's the back cover? How do we open the book? How do we read from the first page to the last page? How do we read from the top left corner across to the right and then work our way down? That's really what we're going for here. So this is an awesome series that it came with a whole lot of these level A's. It also dives into sight words, which in my opinion, it's a little bit early for sight words, but that's all right. These books obviously are working on these words here. It's working on have and this and be, and these are fantastic for that. Even has a couple books for your math level lovers out there so that they can dive into non-fiction books. And it does a really nice job of incorporating some of that nonfiction, especially for someone who might be a reluctant reader. Some of the boys seem to not really like the fiction as much as the nonfiction, so this is a nice way to incorporate that nonfiction for them. So again, a really nice set. My advice would be for your early readers, get a whole bunch of this level A. I'm talking about 15 to 20 books. And you're gonna be at this level for probably at least 4 to 6 weeks, if not longer. If you're just kind of going at a nice slow pace, which is my plan, I don't wanna force this down my daughter's throat. I just want her to have fun, enjoy, and love these books. And obviously the goal is to learn how to read as we go. I'll kind of show you in here what a level A looks like. Fun at the playground. And it's very, very simple. I go in, I go out, and the whole idea is they're gonna repeat most of the words in this book, just changing one of the words on each page. So again, I go in, I go out. They have great pictures to help support these readers with what these words mean. I go high, I go low. So obviously at this point we can see the pattern is I go, and then they're gonna change that last word, which is fantastic. That's what we want. Keep it as simple and a nice, even, gradual increase in the level of the books. So I go up, I go down, kind of teaching them opposites as well. And at the very end, it gets a little bit more challenging with at the playground, I get around. So kind of fun, obviously has a little rhyme to it, and an awesome book. So my strategy for my daughter, she's just learning how to read. I'll read this book to her one time, obviously making it as much fun as we possibly can. And then I'll ask her to point to the sounds as I read it again. And then by the third or fourth time, I'll ask her to point to the sounds and any of the first letters that she can sound out, f, then I will see how far she can get with it and try to point to some of the letters. She'll point out the sounds and go from there. So it's a very long, kind of slow process, and it's really a lot of fun to do with your reader, as long as you understand that reading is at least for a lot of readers, it's not a quick, easy thing. It's goes much better, lots of more fun and less tears, if you will, if you really take your time and try to start a little bit early and understand that you want to make it a very slow, gradual jump into reading. I don't know if jump's the right word to use there, maybe slide into reading. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. And again, this set, I think I said it, but it was somewhere in the ballpark of 30 bucks on Amazon. I'm a big fan of Amazon and finding these kind of books, even though I work at a school and have access to an awful lot of them. They're so inexpensive. Again, this whole set, 30 bucks, in my opinion, is having these at home and not having to worry about getting them back to school and that kind of stuff, and letting my daughter and my kids take ownership of them. I personally feel like that's the way to go. So for us, this is the set we'll use to help her to learn how to read, with the exception of, well, this will be the level A set. So these books up here and then all these level A's here. My next step will be to get a whole nother level of B's. I want another 10 to 15 level B's. Same goes with C's. And I'll do the A, B, C books. And then in there, somewhere around the C level, I'm gonna dive into all of these sight words. And we'll see how she does. If she really wants to get into the math books, we can kind of do that too. But that'll sort of be a side note. So it's really going to be diving into a whole bunch of those A books, having fun and exciting, and then into the B's, and then into the C's, and somewhere again in there, in that C level, we'll incorporate those sight words in there as well. So again, the biggest thing is make it fun. Enjoy this time with your kids. We all know they grow up so dang fast that if we can make reading fun for them, that way it's an enjoyable experience instead of tears and something they have to do. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this. Please do me a favor, hit subscribe, like this video, and if there's anything else you want to know about learning to read, ask some questions. I'll be more than happy to get back to you. In fact, I'll even make you a promise. I'll get back to you within 24 hours if you leave a comment on the video. All right, bye for now. Thanks, guys.